So starting the test drive in this Mustang Ecoboost Premium, Ford, ever since they released this 2.3 Ecoboost, it really has been a fun car to drive. I think when they first announced this, people were like, why are they putting a turbo 4 in here? But Ford's 2.3 is it's a solid engine. It's relatively reliable, easy to drive, quick, fun. Over the years, I haven't had any complaints about it. And it just, it's kind of sad because GM had that 4-cylinder in the Camaro for a sec, and you know, then it got canned. But that was also, I think that came out in 2016. That was a pretty fun car as well. But this one always seemed a bit more stout, and I think that Chevy one was a 2-liter 4-cylinder. That was part of it. This 2.3, there's just so much, especially in this model year, that you can do to it, having it in track mode, sport mode, being able to change the exhaust sound. And it doesn't sound like a GT, but it does sound like a solid V6, like the older V6 Mustangs. I like the exhaust note better, the feeling of acceleration better. Just a solid car, I think. And having this active performance exhaust is a big plus, in my opinion, just on really any car, but specifically this 2.3 Ecoboost. It really makes it night and day in terms of how it sounds. Yeah, I mean, from a stop, this thing just pulls incredibly. It's so quick, and you don't even have to give it that much because the turbo does a lot of work there. If you want to redline it, you can, but it's really not necessary in everyday driving. And a nice groan from the exhaust in this track mode. The ride itself, relatively stiff. It's a sports car, but comfortable. And more so with this this Ecoboost Premium trim level, having the heated seats, the leather, and all of that. And just a fun fact, I think I forgot to mention this. We do have an automatic brake hold that we can configure here as well. And I just now saw that, and I noticed there wasn't a button down here, so I think I forgot to mention that. But this car gets, I think, 22 city, 33 highway, which is crazy for a car with this much pull, this much performance, this much of a fun factor. And that's what really makes this trim level shine, I think, compared to the GT, which is still, it's still a Mustang GT. It's still fun, it's still nasty fast, but this is just a more practical Mustang option. And I like that you're able to get this here, because people like myself who aren't trying to spend as much money as possible on a sports car, they don't necessarily need a V8 for nostalgia or something like that. They just want a practical car that is also pretty fast. This is just a great way to do that, especially to be under that 50 grand price point. And I think that's another reason why these still sell so well. try to open her up here when I can. Here we go. Oh man. I wish I could have done it from a slower speed, but wow, that was fantastic. Just felt so good under throttle. It's just a phenomenal car, really. Want to give one more thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin for allowing me to review this Mustang today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. Takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I mean, quick car, fun car. It's a beast, it really is. But I just love how you can get all of this for $45,000, a car that's fun to drive, that is relatively reliable, easy to handle, easy to, you know, drive on a daily basis, but also really fuel efficient. Specifically if you're commuting up and down the interstate, getting 33 miles per gallon on the highway is it's insane. It really is for a car like this. So still probably a 9.5 out of 10, and really I want to give it a 10 out of 10. It's just that great of a car. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Mustang EcoBoost Premium.